Along these same lines about the Great Reset, what we can expect. I sent you a couple of links. There is a Twitter status, the one Robin Minotti. I'd like to open that one if you can open that one. This is a video. So this has been happening in Denmark. I wouldn't have known this except someone who loves me sent this to me. Denmark has had 9 days of protests.
For what?
They had a new law they were trying to push forward where they would have been able to define groups of people who must be vaccinated.
Wow.
People who refuse the above can be coerced through physical detainment with police allowed to assist. This is exactly what you're talking about at the beginning, the butt of a gun. Denmark protested for 9 days over this. Look at that video of all the people.
Wow. Wow.
And have we heard about this in the news? No. Have you guys heard about it? I sent you a news article too from a Denmark paper. It's called The Local.
You know, I just want to say this. When this makes sense if you understand how they think about you. Again, when you run a tax farm, the people are animals. They're not. You don't ask your sheep if they want to be vaccinated. You vaccinate them because they're your sheep and you need them to be productive. So you vaccinate them. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yes. So here's an article about it. If you want to read through some of this, explained what is Denmark's proposed epidemic law and why is it being criticized?
Gee, why?
Yeah. The new epidemic law would replace an emergency law passed in the spring, which gave the government extended powers to intervene in society in order to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. As well as enforcing quarantine measures, the existing law empowers the authorities prohibit access to public institutions, supermarkets and shops, public and private nursing homes and hospitals, and also to impose restrictions on access to public transportation. Recent instances in which the emergency law has been used by the government to implement rules include the partial lockdown of North Jutland and enhanced national restrictions, including assembly limits and mandatory use of face masks announced in October. The emergency and temporary law from March is now up for a replacement by a new, more permanent law, which would also ensure provisions for governments to respond to future epidemics and pandemics. The end of the hearing period for the new law means that other parties and the public have been able to study the proposed law and raise their own concerns, so the final version of the proposed law may be different from the one currently in circulation. So they give a link where you can read the full law. Here's some of the areas in the proposed law that have raised eyebrows include people infected with dangerous diseases can be forcibly given medical examination, hospitalized, treated, and placed in isolation. The Danish Health Authority would be able to define groups of people who must be vaccinated in order to contain and eliminate a dangerous disease. People who refuse the above can, in some situations, be coerced through physical detainment with police allowed to assist.
Well,
9 days of protests in Denmark over this. And do we know about this? And is CNN covering this?
Well, because they're going to do it here. I mean, this is one of those other examples of like, I can almost hear Klaus Schwab, the Great Reset dude. I can almost hear him saying like, but we're, or maybe not even Klaus, maybe Richard Stengel saying like, well, but we're not like other countries. We're an anomaly. Something's wrong. Look what they're doing. We're an anomaly, guys. America's an anomaly.
Like
yeah. Other countries get to do this.
Look how much further ahead they are in controlling everything.
Yeah. I don't know how anyone can not see how they view you. And no one with self-respect can tolerate being viewed as a farm animal. But there are a hell of a lot of people with no self-respect who like it and vote for it. But fortunately, most of the people in this chat don't feel that way. So
Tabitha said,
I don't know what. Yeah, sorry. I'm at a loss for words because it's just so obviously bad.
I know.
I'm just like,
it's obviously bad. Tabitha made a joke in chat. She said, "Has anyone used the there's something rotten in the state of Denmark" joke yet?
They should, yeah.
You just did, and maybe we'll use that as a title for this video.
Something rotten in the state of Denmark. Yeah, sure. That's a good title.
The Great Reset and something rotten in the state of Denmark. What's to come in this crazy sitcom?
Well, I mean, I do think this is what's going around. You know, I guess just speaking to the people in America at the moment. Sorry, foreign people that are watching, but we're like the last critical mass of people who want liberty. Like this is, I mean, I guess there's some in Denmark. That's good, or at least they want liberty over this particular thing. But there's not a lot of resistance to this stuff. There's just not. And
I've seen
I don't know. When's it going to show up? I don't know.
I think I've seen resistance just through social media. That's one of the things I think it is good for is seeing what's going on in other places, especially when the legacy media won't show you the truth. But I have seen resistance from a lot of people in Britain who are talking about the lockdowns there. But, you know, these are just individual citizens tweeting about it. And how many of those people get banned and locked? And, you know, there's no one standing up, as far as I can tell, in Britain. There's no leader or anyone pushing back.
Well, they definitely want us to feel like I just expressed, right? They want us to feel like there's not many, and maybe in fact there's a lot. They're just getting shut up and we don't know because they're not getting any coverage, and they're trying to isolate us and make us feel like, oh, you guys are there's a few thousand people over in this corner of the world that have this crazy idea of liberty, but everyone else is on board with the lockdowns. And maybe that's not true. Maybe there are a lot of people who would choose liberty over security, but someone in Sandykins who is in Sweden, I believe, says most Swedes are begging for stricter restrictions, and the government is giving in. So gatherings are being restricted to 8, down from 50 starting next week. See, I mean, I think a lot of people want this. A lot of people want this. I don't. What do you do about that? What do you do about that?
Yeah, somebody else said all of their attacks. Noah says the crusade to attack hydroxychloroquine is related to this. I sent you a link. Thank you. I will go and try to find that link. Yeah, I believe all of this is related.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
They didn't want us using hydroxychloroquine because it actually helps. Yeah, it might have worked.
They like this pandemic. I mean, that's very clear. It's very clear how much they're enjoying this pandemic.
I mean, it gave them so many things. It's not just the Great Reset. It gave them mail-in voting. It gave them this ridiculous way of voting. Can you believe